Good afternoon, sisters and brothers. It's been the tradition for the Associate Grand Matron and the Associate Grand Patron of the Grand Chapter of Ohio to be celebrated at the annual State District Association meeting and luncheon, which is usually held the second Wednesday in August. This year, due to the corona health pandemic, the State District Association meeting was canceled. We know that Sister Carol and Brother Bill have been working with our webmaster to present their plans and a few of their secrets in a video format. What the Associate Grand Matron and the Associate Grand Patron did not know was that the webmaster Nancy would also be working behind the scenes with your fraternal parents so that we may still share our words of support, encouragement, and pride as you prepare for an unforgettable year of service to the members of the Grand Chapter of Ohio. First, we will be hearing from the Associate Grand Patrons fraternal parents, Junior Past Grand Patron Dennis Lawson and Junior Past Grand Matron Kelly Kolodovich, followed by the fraternal parents of our Associate Grand Matron, Past Grand Patron Bill Cox, and Past Grand Matron Grand Secretary Michelle Howe. Tonight's show will feature your fraternal parents, but you, Carol and Bill, you are the stars. Brother Denny, time for your tambourine.
Tonight, I have a virtual tambourine. And Sister Carol, Brother Bill, I'm virtually not here. What you see is just an actor. Brother Bill, I can remember first time meeting you way back when we were attending your chapter, really because of Susan Simpson, Kelly's fraternal mother. Got to meet you, got to know about your Masonic history. And then when Kelly suggested that we should talk to you, I was good with that. I remember that day in Canton, hidden in a back room and didn't even know existed in that building. When you and Dorothy came in, Kelly popped a question. Now, there was shock on both of your faces, that's for sure. I think maybe Dorothy a little more than you. You were a little too subtle, I guess. But when you finally talked it over and got back to us, as I'd mentioned before, the best thing that I can remember is your response. I loved it. Your response was, if you're crazy enough to ask me, I'm crazy enough to do it. We are so glad that you did. You've done a wonderful job, and I know you will continue to do so. Not only in Masonry, but in the Order of the Eastern Star. So, Brother Bill, roller coaster ride next year will be the ride of your life. Now, Sister Carol, we got to know one another, well, not really know one another, through a Rainbow Connection. I was working by request at the registration for Supreme Assembly. And of course, the Thursday night session is when all the grand poopahs, as the kids would say, are introduced. And invariably, when I'm sitting at the table with a couple of other people, you would show up maybe 2 minutes before the opening and say, I'm a past grand worthy advisor. Do I have to pay? And my response was, I'm not a policeman. If you want to pay, that's your choice. Well, Carol, Rainbow was our connection when we met in that secret meeting. Rainbow's what got me to be a Mason, and we had a connection right away through the Rainbow connection. Carol, have a wonderful year. And for you and Bill, I mentioned it before, I mentioned it in our dress rehearsal before, take the journey one day at a time, enjoy every day, because those days become the memories that will last your lifetime. All of us are there to help you if you need it. Give us a call. We are there for your support. Good luck and enjoy the heck out of your year. And now, as I've said before, my second boss, because the other one still lives with me. Sister Kelly, you're on.
Greetings to our wonderful sisters and brothers of our Ohio Eastern Star. It has been so terribly long since we have seen each other, but I'm praying that this virus will soon run its course and we can get back to our normal OES activities. Back in 2015, when I was the Grand Warder, I attended as many inspection of chapters as I could with my fraternal mother, Sister Susan Simpson. One of those chapters was Trinity, the home of our Associate Grand Matron, Carol, who was at that time the Deputy Grand Matron. Little did we know at that time that Carol would be appointed Grand Warder by our past Grand Matron, Sister Michelle Howe. Carol, it was great working with you as line grand officers, and I've learned that you have an ability that I wished I had, and that is the ability to not let things bother you. Your beautiful smile is always genuine, and I wish you the best year as the worthy Grand Matron of our beautiful order. Associate Grand Patron, Brother Bill, son, you make me proud. We also met when I was the Grand Warder, as you and Dorothy have a close relationship with past Grand Matron Susan and her hubby Jim. We became good friends as well that year. I am so excited that your year as the worthy Grand Patron is nearly upon us. Our membership has grown to love you because of your kindness to others and the knowledge that you have of the Eastern Star. I know how organized you are and that you have always had your ducks in a row and that you have been hands-on in helping Carol prepare for 2021. This is why I know that you and Carol will be a fantastic team together and will have a wonderful year. I know that I, for one, cannot wait to hear the secrets that you are about to share. Carol and Bill, I know you will have a fulfilling, exciting year, and I want you to know that I am available for whatever you need me to do. Just remember, enjoy this once-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm now going to turn it over to our past Grand Patron, Bill.
Sister Carol and Brother Bill, you have taken or are about to take the next step in your lives and are about to experience a year that will become a cherished memory forever. I know next September seems like a long way off, but it'll be here before you know it. And a year from now, you will sit back and wonder where this year went. Along the way, you're going to make many friends, some of which will remain with you through everything that may come your way. Your family, or should I say grand family, will become very close. And for the next year and beyond, you will always look forward to your time together. I was trying to find something that I could read and give to you, and I came across this little passage that was given to me by Joanne Mortimer, who initiated me into the Order of the Eastern Star. She recently passed away at the Masonic Home. It goes, I read somewhere, the Masonic Order was first organized for the purpose of protecting life, liberty, and the happiness of all mankind. The Order of the Eastern Star was later organized to assist Masonry in these fundamental purposes. Today, the world is crying out to all of us in these days of great suffering and danger. We must not fail to answer the call. Nothing good survives without effort. This has always been true. We must answer the challenge or peril our very existence. This is my charge to both of you. Carol and Bill, I wish for you the most wonderful year and hope that you will have safe travels and wonderful times. Sister Michelle?
Thank you, Brother Bill. I did bring your shotgun again, or at least the big shell.
All right.
Associate Grand Patron, or Brother Bill, I was first acquainted with your wife, Dorothy, and what a wonderful lady she is, as she served as Grand Representative of Alabama in Ohio and as the personal secretary for past Grand Matron Susan Simpson. I got to know you a little bit better in the fall of 2018 when you were the newly appointed Grand Sentinel and I was the newly elected Grand Secretary. You transported the sound equipment for the Grand Chapter events, and I'm sure our past Grand Patrons remember doing the same thing when they were Sentinels. You would often come up to me at a meeting and hand me receipts from Walmart for reimbursement for those battery purchases. It gives the new meaning to the phrase sound check, doesn't it? I also know that you are a runner, a hobby that you have in common with my daughter, not a hobby you have in common with me. My idea of running is trotting down to the local Dairy Queen and catching a ride home with someone else. Your most recent Eastern Star journey has been a marathon, not a sprint, not a dash. Sprinting is about getting to the next moment quickly. Becoming a worthy Grand Patron does not happen all at once. I have to think that the training that you do for a marathon has a direct correlation with your training to become a successful leader. A marathon involves preparation, determination, and dedication, all wonderful qualities for a worthy Grand Patron, and all qualities that you have demonstrated as you prepare for that role. Associate Grand Patron, we may not share the same hobby, but anything you need, anytime that you need it, just call and I will come running. Sister Carol, at our first secret meeting in the summer of 2016, our unforgettable story began as each Grand Officer received a secret name based on a book character. Yours was Esperanza Rising. Now, Esperanza is a character who is easy to relate to. Sure, she experiences more drama and turmoil in 1 year than most of us encounter in a lifetime. But really, she's just a normal girl. In fact, she's a lot like you. Smart, determined, and compassionate. All tributes to be admired. There's no doubt that you are an unconventional and a creative thinker. You have the ability to see the world from a perspective that others don't. When others ask why, you are asking why not. You advance through the ranks of the International Order of the Rainbow for girls to the position of Grand Worthy Advisor. Through your hard work and practice, you took your responsibility in stride, reciting all your lectures from memory. Though a few years ago, still quite impressive. I first encountered your compassion when we inspected books together. There were several items to be corrected and go over at one chapter in particular, and you did so with encouragement, with support, and guidance, and it really touched my heart. Now back to that book character, Esperanza. Esperanza in Spanish is a word that has a double meaning. In some instances, it means to wait, and in others, it means to hope. To wait and to hope. Sister Carol and Sister Bill, you have been waiting several years to assume the duties, privileges, and prerogatives as presiding Grand Officers of our beautiful order. Our hope for you and your spouses, Chuck and Dorothy, for your 2021 Grand Family, and for all of the members of our Grand Chapter is a healthy and a happy year as we put our faith in your leadership. Remember, as you move forward from this day, to handle yourself, use your head. To lead others, use your heart. Junior Past Grand Matron.
Carol and Bill, we hope that you have enjoyed this surprise, and we wish you the best year. Please know that we all love you, and we hope you have a very memorable year.